Welcome to Crypto Aera, where all types of wild things are discussed related to mental analysis in trading. Disclaimer. For a brief moment, I will sound like an infomercial, but it has merit. You'll understand later. Here we go. Are you sleeping enough but wake up drained? Are you eating healthy or somewhat healthy, exercising, but the inner mojo is missing in action? Are you following your trading strategy, risk management, and in essence doing everything you can to profit, but the magic just ain't happening? All right, dear traders, time to listen up, because this may personally concern you, your P&L progress actually. For chart lovers, today's episode involves indicators and levels of support, major support. By the way, after you're finished listening, I have only one question for you all. Do you actually know your home's air quality level? It's just basics, right? Wrong. Most traders do not know. So without further ado, don't take my word for it. This is straight from the New Age horse's mouth, also known as ChatGPT. So first, I asked ChatGPT to describe the side effects of an indoor environment where the oxygen levels are below 20.9%. This is the support zone. Anything below may become lethal to your health, and where carbon dioxide parts per million levels are high. Next, I asked it to describe how it affects a person who is a cryptocurrency and stock market trader. Here's what ChatGPT's response was. An indoor environment with low oxygen levels and high carbon dioxide levels can have significant physiological and cognitive effects, especially in high-stakes, mentally demanding profession like cryptocurrency or stock market trading. Here's the analysis of the side effects of low oxygen, again, less than 20.9%, and high carbon dioxide levels. Let's start with oxygen. That's the O2. Low oxygen levels cause a state of mild hypoxia. That's between 19 to 16% oxygen. The body will experience fatigue, shortness of breath, reduced physical endurance, and mild cognitive impairment. Slower mental processing, difficulty concentrating, and increased stress levels. Moving on to moderate to severe hypoxia. That's less than 16% oxygen. The body will experience confusion, dizziness, headaches, poor coordination, and eventually loss of consciousness. Impaired decision-making, risk of critical errors, and potential health emergencies. Again, this pertains to low oxygen levels and only half the story. High carbon dioxide levels cause a state of mild hypercapnia. That is 1,000 to 2,000 parts per million. The abbreviation is ppm. The symptoms include drowsiness, mild headaches, difficulty focusing, and a sense of heaviness, reduced productivity, slow reaction times, and reduced ability to process complex information. I'm going to pause here, as this is really important, ladies and gents, because all we do is process complex information, an ocean of it. So let's take this up a notch. Moderate to severe hypercapnia. That's 2,000 parts per million. This grants the body severe headaches, dizziness, nausea, shortness of breath, infusion, and panic, emotional instability, poor judgment, and inability to focus under pressure. I can only guess some of your eyebrows just raised. Yes, dear traders, this is an artificially induced state. It's not really you, but is happening to you because of two major gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Let's not wander off in panic just yet. This gets even juicier. The impact on a cryptocurrency and stock market trader's job relies on sharp cognitive abilities, rapid decision-making, and emotional stability. Poor air quality significantly disrupts these functions in the following ways. Number 1, cognitive impairment. This means you have reduced focus and clarity. Low oxygen and high carbon dioxide levels impair the brain's ability to process information quickly, which is critical for tracking volatile markets and executing trades at the right time. You experience slow reaction times, which could result in missed opportunities or late trades causing potential losses. Number 2, emotional and psychological effects. You may experience increased anxiety. High carbon dioxide levels can induce feelings of panic and unease, exacerbating the already stressful trading environment. Irritability and poor emotional regulation, which could lead to rash decisions, such as overtrading or panic selling. So, hello FOMO. Number 3, physical fatigue. You'll have decreased stamina as long trading hours become harder to sustain, leading to a burnout or reduced work performance. On top of this lovely package, you'll experience headaches, discomfort. Physical symptoms might force breaks at critical moments, disrupting workflow. Number 4, risk of costly errors. This means the inability to analyze complex data. Traders must quickly assess charts, trends, and news. Impaired mental processing increases the likelihood of errors in the analysis. So all these people screaming, manipulation, guys, rethink that for 1 second. This opens a Pandora's box to misjudgment of risks. Emotional and cognitive disruptions can lead to higher risk trades without proper evaluation, amplifying potential losses. You might ask, well, where do I start? First things first, look into carbon dioxide indoor monitors with an infrared sensor and an oxygen measuring device. You'll come across many types of gas readers, but for this particular info note, you're looking for an oxygen-only reader. With regards to these oxygen devices, many brands have to be calibrated professionally once you acquire one, unless you opt out for an infrared sensor model. Then it's just plug and play. These are your 2 starting indicators that may provide entry points as to why perhaps things aren't working out accordingly in the trading department. Let's hypothetically say you acquire both devices and the readings are bad, meaning your oxygen levels are beneath the standard norm and your carbon dioxide levels are through the roof. No pun intended, the gas does rise up. I'll tell you this, be happy. It's a good thing. At least now you may have discovered a possible root cause of your trading results. It's a start. Once you check up on your house, flat, wherever it is that you trade, you can seek ways of correcting the levels of this invisible frenemy that ruined your life. Okay, I'm messing. But in all seriousness, the P&L killer combo is not a joke. And not only that, remember, this does not only affect you, but everyone in your household, including your pets. Animals react instantly, and so does their health. The first thing you can do is open the window to let new air in and perhaps the front door to your location to create a draft. This is a minute, quick fix solution, but not for a long term because when you sleep, that's not manageable. So eventually you'll have to look into a ventilation system for your home and seek a proper long-term solution. Worst case, you're looking at relocating or hire some contractors to revamp your house. Once again, always do your own research. Use AI. Go on informational data hunt. Who knows? You might discover something beyond this. Now, before we wrap this up, I'd like to share a crafty insight. When you get your hands on one of these carbon dioxide readers, you'd be surprised as it has an additional function. I don't know why they didn't include this in the manual, but it's something seriously to consider. Do a simple breath test before you trade. You may ponder, whoa, that doesn't make any sense. This is why I suggest test it for yourself. What you'll discover is the infrared sensor picks up additional information, which for us traders can be of vital importance. This is what I discovered. When you're in a good mood, the parts per million levels chill around 18 to 1900 per breath. When we're fumigating about something, stressing out or just in a bad mood, those numbers can rise up above 2800 parts per million. Since there's no one to detect your mood before you run off into trading la la land, Here's your little helper, aka mood analyzer. Try it, have fun. Let me know if it saved you from implementing irrational action. That would be something interesting to hear about. If you haven't joined up yet, we have a Crypto Aera community on Telegram. Don't be shy and come by. Over and out. Your mental analysis navigator.